Now, let me bring in SABC Digital News senior multimedia producer Matiba Sibanyoni to chat about the trending topics that dominated social media this weekend and further maybe giving us some insight into what we can we expect this week. Matiba, very good morning to you. As always, thank you very much indeed for your time. What are you observing on social media?
Thanks for having me, Blaine. It's been a busy weekend online, starting on Friday with almost a surprise with the Political Party Funding Act. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Friday that it would become effective on the 1st of April. And that trended, and it trended side by side with President Ramaphosa. People talking about how finally people will get to see who funded the CR17 campaign. You remember that this has been an issue that's been debated across the country with the bank statements belonging to President Cyril Ramaphosa's bank statements being sealed and people being interested in who is actually funding the party. Now, this act will enable political parties to disclose who is funding them to the IEC, which basically gives citizens an opportunity to know who is behind the people that they're supporting, because you know that whoever that funds the political party kind of has a lot of control over the political party, their agenda, and what it is that they will be up to. So it will be quite interesting. A lot of people are anticipating that there will be political parties who may not want to reveal their statements. And so it should be an interesting time in South Africa when that comes in. And then weather-wise, we've all witnessed the terrible, terrible scenes from the cyclone Eloise that has been ripped across Mozambique, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and KZN. You'll know that people shared a lot of pictures on social media of houses being flooded. A lot of damage has happened, and it continues to rain here. I know that it's been downgraded, and it's still raining across most of South Africa. And so people on social media, it was quite nice to see our neighbors, especially in rural areas, going from house to house just to check on their neighbors if they're doing well, if they need help taking water out of their yards. It shows quite a nice, generous spirit. And then on a very sad note in South Africa, rest in peace. We've had so many deaths over the last couple of weeks, mostly related to COVID-19. And just this past weekend, a lot of well-known people, either they were their funerals or they had passed away. Jonas Gwangwa, the musician, who's well known in South Africa and across the world for his love songs as well as struggle songs, passed away this past weekend. And one of the things mentioned on social media is how he passed away on exactly the same day, different year, as Oliver Mtukudzi and Hugh Masekela. And these are all musicians who are well loved, celebrated across the world, and who had a very political message behind their music. Also, someone who passed away this past weekend is Larry King, the legendary journalist who is well known for one-on-one interviews where you would never know what to expect from him, from very serious to quirky, funny interviews. He passed away this past weekend and the world mourned his death. And then we had the former minister, Jackson Tembu's funeral. Very sad scenes. I remember last week when his passing was announced, there were a lot of just shock across the country. He was a loud politician, and even opposition parties were posting messages of condolences towards him. But when the funeral eventually happened, Mpumalanga Premier Refilwe was on social media for not wearing a mask. She was spotted on television in different instances, actually, without her mask on. And this is during the time of COVID, where you know that you have to wear your mask and it's law. And so she was spotted without her mask, greeting people, touching people, giving a speech. And so Becky Cele, the Minister of Police, has said that they're going to launch an investigation into this. Most people on social media are asking, why is there a need to launch an investigation and waste taxpayers' money? Because you have proof that she wasn't wearing a mask. And what more proof do they actually need? And it became a debate about the inequality in South Africa, how some politicians can away to get with a lot and some don't. And then on a different note, there was a hippo that has been trending. This hippo has actually been trending on social media for a while, with people saying they had spotted a hippopotamus in 4 ways, roaming around. And so this past weekend, someone said that the hippo had actually been killed and eaten by some people. And just to clarify, this is fake news. There are no stories, real stories of the hippo being eaten or slaughtered. But the funny side to it is that people started sending messages on condolences, how they'll miss it, and how the hippo was actually living the soft life in 4 ways. Authorities have said that it has not been eaten, and they suspect that the hippo may have actually just moved back to its original place. And then finally, on a very light, funny note, this is one of my favorite actors, Osita Ihembe, an African actor, received the Lifetime Award from the African Movie Academy Awards. I don't know if you know him, but he posted it on social media. And if you're on social media, you'll probably have used his meme at some point. You know, he has the most expressive face. And so that's why his pictures have been used for people with people posting social media commenting on even your statuses on WhatsApp, on Facebook. He just has expressions that make for a perfect meme to describe how people may be feeling. He's got the perfect reaction. And so he's actually won an award, and it's some bit of great news in Africa as we're going through this COVID terrible time. And yes, we'll have a lot of those, and on SABC News, watch us, follow us on sabcnews.com and on the website, and you'll get more news on our website there.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of Nollywood movies. I tend to watch them. Little did you know, Matiba. One of my favorites, I think, is a lady called Nadia Buhari. I think she's Ghanaian, if I'm not mistaken, but Google her. So thank you very much indeed, Matiba Sibanyoni there with all the trends. We'll chat to you again on Friday. Folks, we're going to take a quick break.